Good morning and welcome back to the channel, Gary's Movie Emporium. Today is the final part in my series for the Dollar Tree. I think I had somewhere in the vicinity of like 33, 34 titles this time around. In this video this morning, this is the particular video that I was waiting to shoot last because the selections I picked out were basically stuff I got first dibs on, and I'm going to show the really good stuff late in the video, but try to watch throughout because there's some stuff in here I don't think everybody got this time around. Maybe they did. I don't know. There was it seems like there was 100 Dollar Tree videos this wave for some reason. I don't know if it's just people just felt like starting their own channel or what, but I noticed a lot more videos in this wave than in August. Yes, and I'm donning the Eagle hat, even though they got whipped 41-21. Dallas is a really good team. What can I say? They look really good. I do not like Dallas Cowboys, but I got to give them props for scoring as much as they did because they're the only team this year that's put a spanking on us like that. So, got to still have pride in the Eagles. They're a young team. They're upstarting. Or could be really good in the future. There's still plenty of time left in this season. You get on a momentum swing, things can change. I did see Jalen Hurts did put up over 300 yards passing, so that's a good sign. So let's get started this morning. I'm going to start off with DVDs, of course, because that's usually what I get. Right off the top, we're gonna not read aspect ratios and things like that because I do have so many in the video this morning. So I'm just gonna kind of run down what I got on the September Part 3 wave. Assassin's Target, right here. It's from High Octane Pictures. Clocks in at 90 minutes and is from 2018. More High Octane in the September wave. At this point, I feel like I have a library of High Octane, but that looks like a really good one. Next up, for my horror fans out there, Kristen Renton and Sandra Curry and Thomas Calabro, American Zombieland, Lights, Camera, and Run. Approximately an hour and 28 minutes on this one. This is an ITN distributed title. Directed by George Bennett. Like I said, this is an ITN. ITN has been in this wave pretty good too as well. Really happy to pick this one up. Kind of has that, what was that one that it was part of like George Romero. I mean, well, I don't think it was directed by George Romero. I think it was done by his son, but it was done like with a camera and stuff. I can't remember which part that was. But it very much has that feel like that movie. And then I picked up Burn again. I didn't know I picked it up on Blu-ray and DVD. And I think this currently makes up for like the third time I've picked it up. 2 Blu-ray and in this DVD. Suki Waterhouse, Josh Hutcherson, Tilda Coben Hervey in the movie Burn. So this is an extra if anyone's looking for it. 5.1 Dolby Digital, 88 minutes, and is from 2019. They're calling it Plume the Movie. I don't know if originally that was called something else. I guess it must have been called Plume, maybe. And then BVS Films distributed it, and then they changed it to Burn, which I actually like that name better. This is a Canadian release disc as well, because it has the Nordique symbol and has the 14A on the back, so you pretty much know it's Canadian released. Not that that's, like I say, I always say that's not a bad thing at all. It's just kind of weird how like Canadian releases end up in the States, It's kind of like they have an overstock, and I guess we take it off their hands, or maybe we send stuff to the Canada too that that we don't sell. Who knows? And then next up, I got a movie called Broken Halos. Linda Pearl, Lexi Giovanni, Harry Von Gorkum, and Brad Benedict. A savior has finally arrived. It's an Echo Bridge and SP releasing release. I don't think this one was all over the wave either. Clocks in at 91 minutes. And is, let's see, a little hard to find a director on this one. Okay, it's directed by Michael Campa. So, I don't know anything from him. Really, really indie director. No knock on him. It's just some of these directors that, make these ones that go directly to video or don't really see theaters or even limited release. You don't really know too much about the director, but it still looks pretty interesting. I think it's faith-based kind of movie. Kind of has that with the halo and Angel's Wings, and I don't know, it looks pretty alright. Have to check it out sometime. I might set it aside just to see what it's like, just for something different to watch. And then I got a movie starring Robert Don, Randy Wayne, and our YouTube's very own Sean C. Phillips, or you know him as Cool Duder. Restricted Area. I have watched this one. Pretty good little indie horror, like kind of like slasher flick, if you will. ITN distributed. 112 minutes on this one. A little long in the tooth for it's the standard-based kind of movie like this. Not that that's a bad thing. That could be a very good thing. Because I don't like movies that are overly short for horror, but I don't like them when they're overly long either, unless they're done really well. Very much like Army of the Dead on Netflix. It was like 2.5 hours, but I thought it was worth. I would have watched 3.5 hours of that. I love that movie so much. 112 minutes on this one, as I mentioned, and from 2018. So you might want to pick up your copy in honor of Sean C. Phillips or Cool Duder if you're a fan of his. And you could say you have a Cool Duder in your collection. I have a number of his movies in my collection. Very proud to have them in there. He's a good guy. I like the movies he chooses to be in. Really, a lot of them are really cheesy, but I like a lot of cheesy stuff from time to time. And then next up, I got a movie called Ulysses, A Dark Odyssey, and Andrea Zarrero, Danny Glover, and Udo Kier. And you know Udo Kier from Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. He played in one of the Blade movies. I know you know who I'm talking about. He has a really weird accent. It's this guy right here. He has a really strange accent. Clocks in at 116 minutes. Is from 2018 and is directed by Federico Alato. I don't know if this is kind of like your kind of has a little bit of a feel like maybe like a really cheap knockoff of Blade Runner, maybe a little bit. Well, in this case, instead of a gun or a futuristic weapon, it's a baseball bat. Yeah, because this takes place in 2023, which is only like 2 years away. So the people better start getting ready to grab your baseball bat as we get closer to 2023. Lady in the front kind of looks like Jennifer Lawrence to me. I don't know what you guys think. Does she look like her to you guys? She kind of looks like Jennifer Lawrence a little bit right here. But it says Ulysses, A Dark Odyssey, and there's a look at the back. And it comes with a slip as well. Lady all beaten and blood caked there. It's pretty interesting. And then I got movie starring John Savage, Blanco, Brett Roberts with Burt Young, 6 children and 1 grandfather. One day one day can change everything. ITN distributed title from Premier Entertainment. Clocks in at 105 minutes. Directed by Jan Thomas, or Jan, however you want to pronounce that. Good to see John Savage still getting work. He's a really good actor. He's been acting ever since he did The Deer Hunter with Robert De Niro in, what was her name? I want to say Sybil Shepherd, but that's not it. I can't think of her name. But she's a really good actress. But he's been doing acting since like the 70s. I mean, it's amazing that the longevity that he's had in his career in terms of acting. And then I got a double feature called one movie called The Takedown, and the other one called Entity. We're calling it Nonstop Action for both. It's an Echo Bridge NSP releasing release for both. The Entity clocks in at 90 minutes, and Takedown clocks in at 91 minutes. Takedown was directed by David Newton from 2020, and Entity was came out in 2020 as well. Well, no, they're saying 2017 actually. I want to make sure I'm right on the Takedown, but we at least know that Entity was actually made by Blacktop Studios in Asia. Let's see, was directed by Pedring Lopez, and that's the Entity right here. Pretty happy to pick up this double feature, and I think it was, okay, it's one disc. I believe, yeah, one disc, two movies on one. I don't know if you can see that very good because of it's a little light on the color. I mean, you can see the color, but I don't know if you can make it out too good because the video is a little dark. Well, I had it upside down. That's probably why. Okay. Right there. That's Entity and Takedown, or The Takedown. Happy to pick that up as a double feature. And then got a sci-fi sure to be cheese fest here called Battalion. They came from another world. Time to send them back. Another high octane title from 2017. Written and directed by Michael Miller. Looks like to me, from what I'm seeing, it's kind of like a rip-off of Independence Day. I want to say I've seen this. Yeah, I think I might have seen this. This was, if I remember, if it's the movie that I'm thinking, it was really bad. But maybe it was from some other company. I don't know. It might just be two movies with the same name, just, obviously different movie. But it was Battalion. As you can see, they're battling the alien motherships and stuff here. Or one mothership and a fellow ship. Come down to Earth, very Independence Day-like. I doubt it's on the same level, of course. Then I got No Name, No Future, No Survivors. Nothing Man. High Octane release, 77 minutes. Directed by Stephen Gallagher from Trespasser Films as well. It's got two stereo soundtracks on it, 5.1 and 2.0. Sorry about the glare. Some of these dark backs on these DVDs or fronts, in some cases, really have major glaring because of the coloring. I apologize for that. And then I got Theodore Aoki, Maximilian Aoki. Things I Do for Money. Everyone Has a Price. I hope I didn't butcher those last names because it's disrespectful in a way if I do. I'm sorry, but they're a different kind of name I've never seen before. This is saying it's Canadian based from what I'm seeing. 89 minutes on this. SP Releasing and Echo Bridge released from 2019. It was directed by Warren P. Sanada. It says a 17-year-old genius cellist's life is thrown upside down due to his brother's involvement with an underground crime organization. The two are blackmailed into acting as a performing decoy during the theft of an $8 million painting. The young cellist's dream goes up in smoke as he must save his brother's life. So this sounds pretty fun. Kind of like sounds like a shoot 'em up, chase 'em around the city kind of thing. Sounds pretty cool. Might be all right. Maybe I'll put that one aside too. Just kind of sounds interesting. I might put them off though till after the Halloween time, because this time of year I like to watch a lot of horror-based stuff and not watch too much, too much of standard stuff, because this time of year only comes this time of year, and if you miss out on a horror film, then you're gonna feel like last night I watched Rocky Horror Picture Show with my daughter. I had it saved on a hard drive. I didn't feel like wearing and tearing on my DVD or Blu-ray. I moved it over onto a drive that I had. I moved it from my computer to my drive. This is a triple feature set here. It has The Best of Me, The Longest Ride in Safe Haven, based on Nicholas Sparks' best-selling novels from 20th Century Fox. They're all PG-13. In Safe Haven from 2013, The Longest Ride from 2015, and The Best of Me from 2014. And it's saying Best of Me's from 20th Century Fox, as well as the rest of them. Does say that Best of Me and Safe Haven is from Relativity. So, Longest Ride was directed by George Tillman Jr. Best of Me was directed by Michael Hoffman, and Safe Haven was directed by Lasse Hallström. Pretty good triple feature. It feels like it's actually 2 or 3 discs here, so you're getting quite a bit of bang for your buck. And then next up, I got Wyatt Earp Shoots First. Even a good man can break a few rules. It's a Western, obviously. ITN distributed from 2019. Written and directed by Christopher Forbes. Pretty much everybody should know about Wyatt Earp being the Dodge City Marshal, more or less. It's obviously not going to be as good as the Wyatt Earp with Kevin Costner. I believe he was in that. I do like the look of the cover, though. Kind of has that throwback Western look to it. Kind of very rustic, if you will. I hope it's, made the best of its budget. Because like I said, it's very hard to pull off these Westerns and make them be believable a lot of times. Just because of the budget constraints. Like, horror, you can pull off pretty amazing stuff. But it's so hard with these like war movies and the Westerns and things of that nature. Just because, you can kind of tell they had to cut corners here and there. And sometimes some of the actors bring it down a notch. But I do like the cover to this, and I do like that it's got a slit. Kind of has, like I said, has a throwback look to it. And then I got a movie. That's the actress I was thinking of, Meryl Streep, who played in The Deer Hunter. Okay, I'm thankful that I could remember that, because I just felt like my mind wasn't thinking straight when I was talking about that movie. We got a movie starring Robert Redford, Meryl Streep, and Tom Cruise. Lions for Lambs, a film by Robert Redford. Really good cast here. 92 minutes from 2007. It's rated R. Like I said, I believe it. Yeah, it was written and directed by Robert Redford. I do remember when this came out. Leonard Maltin says it's pure dynamite. Peter Hammond says you won't be able to turn away. So it's from MGM Pictures as well, if I didn't mention that. So we got another MGM in this wave. Look at the back. All over the board when it comes to stuff in this wave. That all over the board on stuff this morning. And then I got a movie starring Lance Henriksen, Robert John Burke, Ben Browder, Ad Kamal, James St. Vincent, Jason Iacone, Brian Foster, and Caitlin Scarfield. Angels, Demons, and they're beyond that. An SP releasing with an Echo Bridge banner. 85 minutes. Directed by Doug C. Williams. Really cool that they were able to land Lance Henriksen in this. This looks kind of interesting too, being that's movie starring Lance Henriksen. So that's another one I might consider watching. That'd be perfect for this time of year, being. A lot of times people don't really consider, you know, alien movies to be really like horror, more like sci-fi. So I think sci-fi and horror kind of go hand in hand, more or less, because a lot of sci-fi ones have those creepy moments in them as well. Well, that one looks like one I want to put aside, and that's the movie Being, starring Lance Henriksen. And then I got a movie special deluxe edition of Fight Valley, starring Maisha Tate, Holly Holm, Chris Cyborg, and looks like it says Susie Selleck or Josie Selleck. One way in, no way out. Fight Valley. Take that, Ronda Rousey, says the New York Times. And it does say Breaking Glass Pictures. I do remember Breaking Glass Pictures back in the day. I want to say they did possibly The Glass House as well back in the day. Music that inspired this film were Zardonic, Levitica, Cash Lewis, Death Rob, Eve to Adam, Artifice, and Through Fire. Has a whole slew of deluxe edition features on this as well. Clocks in at 91 minutes. And written and directed by Rob Hawk. I'm not sure who that is. But this was a Walmart Select, I believe it says. Yeah, it was a Walmart Select. So this was probably somewhat pricey when it came out. Probably somewhere around the $15 to $20 range. But picked it up for $1. And then I got a Steven Seagal General Commander. I guess it's 2 movies, maybe. Not really sure. No, I guess it's just one. It looked like it could have possibly been a Steven Seagal set with a couple movies on it. This is More Than Revenge. This is Redemption. And I'm pretty sure I've never picked this one up. I would have remembered it was Steven on the cover. VVS Films, Canadian release disc. Generally, when you see VVS Films, I'm pretty much about 95% sure it's Canadian released. 2018. 86 minutes, if I didn't mention that either. Directed by Felipe Martinez with Ross Clarkson on this one. Really happy to pick up another Steven Seagal. Steven, back in the day, was one of the pioneers of kickboxing, and now he's become pretty much the Dollar Tree kickboxing champion. They had a lot of his stuff in these waves over the past year. Getting quite a Seagal. That's my goal. I've been trying to get a lot of Seagal. And then I picked up, I know I had this in another video, but this is an extra copy. It's starring Liza Minnelli and Robert De Niro. And I talked about this in a prior video. It's New York, New York. MGM released from 1977. It's a really long movie. I want to say it's just shy of 3 hours. So this is a long one. If you really like your movies long, this may be for you. But if you don't like movies long, love interest, probably not. I just picked it up. I was curious. Just because of the casting alone. So I'm trying to see who directed it for you. Okay, Martin Scorsese. Okay. Nope, nobody begged, just Martin Scorsese. But New York, New York. Happy to pick it up nonetheless. And then I got if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, you'll get a lot out of this movie. It's called The Dwarves of Dragon Mountain. The battle to survive has just begun. It's an High Octane Pictures release. Calling it claustrophobic. According to Creature Feature Corner. 92 minutes on this one. From 2017. And written and directed by Chris Rainey. I guess that's how you pronounce it. Got the dragon on the back there. Kind of looking a little bit like Dragonheart mixed with, what was that movie with Christian Bale and, I can't remember. Was it Reign of Fire, maybe? I can't remember. But, I think Woody Harrelson might have been in that as well. Maybe not. But, I remember that movie at the theater back in the day. Kind of has that. To me, it don't really, other than the dragon and the guys down here, it really don't. It looks more like, I don't know. I mean, the writing is like Lord of the Rings, but I don't know. Kind of look like more like, was it one of the Hobbit movies than anything that did like look like Lord of the Rings. But that's Dwarves of Dragon Mountain. And we're gonna flip over to Blu-ray this morning. And then I picked up a movie starring Uma Thurman, Tim Roth, Alice Eve, Sofia Vergara, and Maggie Q. It's called The Con Is On, and it won't be their last. Canadian release disc. And once again, a VBS Films on this one. Really don't say too much on the back other than an effort to avoid paying off a massive gambling debt to a notorious mobster in England. Two con artists flee to Los Angeles when they hatch a convoluted plot to steal jewels. Really good cast on this one. Really don't say who directed it too much here. Really vague on the description other than a small synopsis on the back. But I do like what they're doing with the characters there. Like, see how it's like laminated onto the cover, like and then part of a actual like background. Pretty neat how they did that. But that's The Con Is On. And then I got a movie starring Liam Hemsworth called Killer Man. Nothing is as it seems. I believe this is in English. This too is a VBS Films, and basically it is Canadian released. New York City money launderer Liam Hemsworth desperately searches for answers after waking up with no memory, millions in stolen cash and drugs, and an insane crew of dirty cops violently hunt him down. RogerEbert.com says it's an exhilarating, audacious crime thriller, and New York Times gives it some rave reviews on the back as well. But that's starring Liam Hemsworth, and that's Killer Man. Kind of like the throwback look of it there. Yeah, I still got my dreaded cough. I'm sorry. And then well, with bronchitis, the fact about bronchitis is it can linger in your body for like a month. I was doing a little bit of reading on that. It's just like it's kind of like a really like kind of like a pesky fly. It doesn't ever want to go away. It's kind of like what if you get bronchitis. It's kind of like that. It kind of like lingers in your body. Like you're feeling better, but there's always that nagging dry mouth, cough, or chest congestion a little bit, like kind of causing you to wheeze a little bit, that kind of thing. On to the movies now. Movie starring Julianne Moore. It's called Gloria Bell. This was a Walmart Select title. It says Love Life. And I'm not going to try to read the French writing below it because I don't want to butcher that. This is a Canadian release movie as well. I'm seeing John Turturro is in this as well. Julianne Moore is a free-spirited middle-aged divorcee who spends her days at a straight-laced office job and her nights on the dance floor. And meeting Arnold, John Turturro, on a night out, she suddenly finds herself thrust into an unexpected new romance filled with both the joys of budding love and the complications of mature dating. So I didn't know at first if it was kind of like a Fatal Attraction kind of thing, but doesn't really sound like that. And that looks like... Why does that look like Brad Garrett? He's not in this, is he? Oh, there's a guy in the back. It looks an awful lot like Brad Garrett. Like he popped up in this for like a quick second or two. It does have bonus features of the cast and crew interviews, sound bites, audio commentary with Sebastian Lelio, and the making of Gloria Bell. So, pretty decent Blu-ray. You know, some nice features. It's pretty interesting casting choices as well. And that's Gloria Bell. There's it is on the spine as well, which always makes it nice. You know, you can actually read it off the side. And like this is what I was talking about. I picked up Burn. This is an extra copy, of course. Suki Waterhouse. I ain't gonna really go into details on this one. Josh Hutcherson and Tilda Cobham Hervey. And like I said, that was Burn. I just mentioned this prior in a video, but picked this one up again. Kind of has that like you know, you got blue here, and then you got like a red spine, which is kind of standout-ish if you ask me, because they could have very easily went with the blue, you know, blue on blue. Very different looking. Obviously, Canadian-based disc as well, because there's a lot of like Nordique symbols, and that's why I call them Nordique, because you know the hockey team, the Quebec Nordiques, they have that on their, or used to have that on their uniform. Basically, it's about a psycho, the bully, and the thief. So they all pretty much have bad characteristics, pairing for a team for the movie Burn. And then I got a Blu-ray DVD combo pack of Jack Hunter and the Quest for Akhenaten's Tomb. I guess Akhenaten's Tomb. I guess that's how it's pronounced. Sorry if I butchered that. 98 minutes on this one. SP releasing. Echo Bridge released from 2019, I believe. Directed by Terry Cunningham from ACI. I think it says Entertainment. Oh, International. Okay, ACI International. Actually, this is saying it came out in 2018 or 2008, which would make a lot of sense because Joanne Kelly was playing in a lot of stuff about that time. I don't know if she's really playing in too much anymore. The last thing I seen her in was maybe popping up in like Warehouse, not popping up, but in Warehouse 13, and then maybe popping up in some CBS show called I don't know, I can't remember. It's a show about animals taking over the world. Zoo, I think that's what it was called, Zoo. I think she was in that for a little bit, and that's the last I've seen of Joanne Kelly, and she kind of like just like went, went off the face of the earth. I've never seen her in anything since then, so I don't know if she's just kind of, playing it by ear and kind of going through motions with her acting career, or but on more back on the DVDs, and where that's it for the Blu-ray. I didn't get many. Like I say, in my area, we do not get many. And then I got a 10 movie action collection with Steven Seagal. It's a 2-discer here. I'd open them, but I think I've actually gotten this before. But you get in these waves and you say, I might as well just grab it, because you never know, somebody might need it too as well. I think I do have the double stacked format like this from prior waves from Echo Bridge. It does have a total of I think it's like 10 movies. Yeah, 10 movies on this one and 15 on the front here. Oh no, 10 movies on the front, and it's saying over 15. I don't know if that's, yeah, 10 movies on the back disc here, and over 15 hours of movies in this total. The main feature, Driven to Kill, is for 98 minutes. Does widescreen presented. Basically, it sounds like it takes place in Russia, and Steven Seagal must return to his dark past when his daughter is brutally attacked hours before marrying the son of a powerful family rival. With rage only a father's love can match, Ruslan, or Steven Seagal, will stop at nothing to bring justice. So he plays a former Russian mobster in this. Driven to Kill. Still a nice set to pick up. And one of the rare animated ones in this that I didn't have showed up in this September wave, and it's called Toru, the Wacky Hen. Or Toru, I think it's Toru. Viva Kids, 80 minutes on this one. Widescreen presented. Whole slew of companies went in together on this one. But that's Toru. I like the cover here. Add this to the Viva Kids wing, if you will. There's a lot of, I've gotten a lot of Viva Kids over the weeks and months in the past few waves. So, good, glad that I got that. I want to keep adding these. I really like they do a really good job with their packaging for these animated films and make them feel larger than, than the indie route for animated stuff. They do a really good job. I might set that one aside and watch that one night too. Because I don't know, just something about the animated ones from Viva Kids that kind of stand out, like versus other animated stuff. And then I picked up the very classic Elvis movie here, Kid Galahad. Couldn't resist on this. King of Rock and Roll. MGM release, 1962, 100 minutes. Directed by Phil Carlson. I actually should have picked up a second one of these and gave it to my mother. She's a really huge Elvis Presley fan. It says, take a front row seat as the king himself proves himself in the ring. So, apparently he plays an ex-GI who returns to his rustic hometown in upstate New York. I just want to know what they consider upstate New York, because they consider the Catskills to be upstate New York, and whenever I hear that, I laugh, because I'm like, that's not upstate. To me, that's not upstate New York. To me, that's like central, just below central New York. To me, upstate New York is like up near the Canadian border. That's, to me, that it's like, I don't think people understand the difference. It's like anything that isn't New York, they consider upstate. I mean, it kind of is, but the state of New York is so huge that, like, if this takes place in the Catskills, this isn't, to me, this really isn't upstate. This is like central state. It's not, Uh, to me, it's just laughable when I hear someone say upstate, because then I'll look up the town and it'll always be somebody like well below us. I was like, so what are we considered? I guess we're considered Lower Canada. It's just kind of weird how they determine, which I'd be fine with too. I have Canadian ties to Canada. My grandmother was born and raised a proud Canadian. Uh, it's just funny how they, determine what's upstate New York, and this just looks really fun. I don't know, maybe it isn't going to be anything I'd watch, but it's worth a shot. We got a movie starring Jean-Marc Barr, Kate Bosworth, Josh Lucas, and Rhoda Mitchell. Miss Mitchell starred in Silent Hill, in case you were wondering who that is. It's called Big Sur, based on the novel by Jack. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try to say his last name. This guy by some guy named Jack. Let's put it that way. Some souls never stop searching. Maybe it's called Kerouac, but if that's how it is, that's how it is, and that's how it looks like to me. And I'm not trying to be like mean about it or anything, but I can't really pronounce it too well. There's just some names I'm gonna go right out and tell you I can't say, because it's just like some of them are really, I wouldn't know how the first way to pronounce them. Some of them. It's a Ketchup Entertainment release, rated R for some sexuality and nudity. 81 minutes, directed by Michael Polish or Polish. Guess it focuses on a moment in the director's life when he's overwhelmed by the success of on the road and struggling to battle inner demons. He seeks respite in 3 brief sojourns to a cabin in the small coastal California town of Big Sur. Michael Polish's film is at once a poetic meditation and love letter to the work of an author who defined the Beat generation. And it does too have, if it doesn't say it on the front, yeah, it doesn't even mention him, which I'm very surprised, because he's Anthony Edwards, who played in ER. He's played in Revenge of the Nerds, second Pet Sematary movie. He played the veterinarian in that with the Ed Furlong was his son. I'm really surprised he didn't get some type of, even it could have put and Anthony Edwards, because he's a really good actor. I'm really surprised I don't see Anthony Edwards in a lot more stuff. He's he's a really good actor. I don't understand it. How like certain actors that get on your nerves get movies, but then there's people like him that go under the radar. And he's very very an educated actor too. He's not just somebody that's got into Hollywood because of his looks or whatever, but he earned his way to get in movies. And then I picked up a couple of these. This one's destroyed, but I feel like I could probably take the plastic off this and maybe just ditch the box and then just keep the figure and then the DVD. It was, they shrink wrapped it so much that it put creases on it, as you can see. Like, you see the indentation there, and then it indented it here. I mean, I kind of get it. You're protecting it, but and then they kind of destroyed it right there. I don't know if you can pick it up on video. Yeah, it kind of warped it right there. But I think I'm just going to take the the cardboard box apart, take out whatever's in here, and then take the figure. Yeah, it's kind of seems like it got banged around a lot. This one's not too bad. This one's actually pretty good shape considering it was shrink wrapped. But I picked up them two. I'll let you look at the back too. But one of them's Cosmic Clash, and the other one's Aquaman Rage of Atlantis. So, pretty happy with both of those. And here's the coup de grace of the wave for me. We were able to get into the store first at this one store because I guess they hadn't put them out yet, and we just randomly asked. And I got, I'm not sure if I got this prior because it's been so many, videos, you kind of lose track if you got it. It looks familiar, but I got a 6 DVDs and book collection called Black Ops. Includes taking down bin Laden. Over 5 hours of intense action on 6 DVDs plus a book. Read the book, watch the DVDs, and get closer to the action than ever before. And here's its contents of what actually comes in here. Very happy to pick that up. Really sturdy too. And here's the one that I really love that I got. Main feature in this video this morning. I'd call it the showcase selection, if you will. It's the Civil War 150th Anniversary Edition. Gain a deeper understanding of the war that divided the nation with this epic 2 DVD collection, plus incredible war memorabilia and an accompanying book as well. It has Perryville, The Fight for the Heartland, 1862 on DVD. Grant versus Lee, The Overland Campaign, 1864 on DVD. Basically, it has Bull Run, Antietam, Fredericksburg, Shiloh, Chancellorsville, and Gettysburg, all compiled in this set. And here's what you get with all of that. I don't know if you can see it too good there. But it looks like it's got an 84-page hardbook cover, an in-depth look at the personalities and key events of the war between the states. Then you travel back in time with a collection of stunning reproductions of historic documents, including Lincoln's Gettysburg Address, the Emancipation Proclamation, the Articles of Surrender of 1865, photos, battle maps, new clippings, recruiting posters, and much more. So all of this included, and this was all because they opened the box. They were opening like the 7 or 8 boxes they got, and one box had like hardly anything in it. And once she opened this and this stuff was in here, we went for broke and we grabbed them. Just because I don't think it's very rare that you'd ever find this kind of set at the Dollar Tree. But it is capable, you are capable if you get to these stores early on when you hear about the wave that you can get stuff like this. But really surprised we picked this up and a worker didn't grab it first because, I mean, this is easily a $35, $40 set. And, I mean, it comes with a lot. And I'm just so happy to have it that, and then the cover pulls off this way. You don't have to mess with it on the bottom or top to then, warp your top or your bottom. You just pull it off the top. I'm going to warn you, it's probably going to be air packed, enclosed. And then when you go to pull it off, it's probably going to give you a little bit of that air problem. You might want to just kind of slowly work it so you don't ruin your side or whatever. But that's the end of the September wave. And sorry about the length, but I did bring it in under an hour. And that was like with 35 titles. And I'd like to thank everyone out there that's been watching the videos in the Dollar Tree series for the Emporium. I'll try to be back in October. It's going to be kind of tough because I'm supposed to be definitely moving in October. I just don't know how, if I'll get around to shooting the videos. And then if I do, it might be like into November by the time I get them out. And I don't know if there's any point at that point. But maybe I could show you in a video in the future what you missed out on, what I picked up in October, but maybe put it into November or whatever, just to give the channel some content and kind of like do a Dollar Tree rewind kind of thing, kind of like I do with Horror Pack when I get it late. Because by the time Horror Pack comes out, everyone else has done a video, and I just kind of like recap what everybody got in the Horror Pack for that month. But thanks for watching, and thank you for the viewership, and thank you for the love and respect for the channel, and thank you for all the comments. Please share, like, and subscribe. Tell your friends about the channel, and I'll see you again, guys. See you later. Bye.